We've got a long way to go, but we've come a long way too.
We had to go through all the subsystems like the engine, the transmission, the axles, and today we're in the middle of that process. We've got all the parts and we're in the process of installing those and strengthening and rebuilding some components. So once we're done with that, we'll put everything together, move that out to the field to test everything.
The drivers showed up. We got to meet those guys for the first time. Real nice couple of guys. It'll be interesting seeing their reaction to Baja because their reaction to the truck was awesome.
Oh my God, this thing is wild.
These guys have built their own cars before. They've raced cars before. So to see them walk around and talk about the different aspects of this truck and how different it is from what they race, pretty interesting.
It's one out of the mid 2000s.
Yeah, so this is early 2000s, so it is the common rail engine.
No, it's awesome. I love it. It's a Cummins motor.
We got to talk to the guys about really looking inside the cab and asking them to just give us feedback on what they'd like to see for the controls that they touch, you know, from the seat position to the steering wheel, pedals, shifter, the whole thing. So that's pretty interesting.
Seat was a little up in the back. That'll put more, you know, support on the thigh, which will help. Right now, you're just kind of like floating it.
That's really going to be the eye-opener, is being able to hit, you know, drive these things out. Whatever we do for testing and feel them out and then take it from there, get them set up and know what we're in for, to be honest. Doing 1,000 miles out in the desert and unknown territory is going to be scary and exciting at the same time. When are we doing testing?
I would say the biggest challenges with the terrain of the Baja is the variability. So we may pre-run and see a lot of the terrain one day, and then when we start our race, there will be 40 trophy trucks and high horsepower buggies that have gone through and ripped new ruts and things like that. And so when we get there on race day, the track will be different than it was 2 or 3 days before when we were pre-running. So we're trying to replicate it with some off-road activity in Kentucky and Indiana.
Well, we were starting to get somewhere. As soon as we turned around this corner, hit a little dip in the road, it loaded up the suspension, loaded up the drivetrain, broke the transmission, broke the drive shaft. We might have jumped the gun a little bit, you know. We gotta really ease it into it, check everything over. You know, this is a fully ground up build going through the worst conditions that Earth can give it. And so put it through the paces to make sure this doesn't happen out in the Baja.
That's why we're doing this right now. We are no strangers to testing cars and breaking them often until they don't break anymore.
What we're trying to work on right now is make an additional support for the transfer case that we actually unfortunately didn't get to in Lexington. And honestly, what we're taking it out of today is we're taking this old bed rail. It's not perfect, but we came all this way to test, so we're going to make the best of it.
Today we're hoping not to break the truck, that's the goal. So we're meeting with our representative from Bilstein that's going to help us tune shocks. So we've got Bilsteins on all four corners running their Blackhawk 9300s, and they went ahead and set them up before they sent them to us for kind of a default based on the weight of the truck and things like that. But now that we've had a chance to come out here to California where we can run some whoops and such with their tuner, we're going to hope to tune the shocks. They're going to give us a little tutorial hopefully about how to adjust the rebound as well as the compression, and then if needed we'll revalve them and adjust the air pressure. So luckily we've got the right people in the right spots. You know, it's all about know-how, it's all about hands-on expertise, right? So we've got the guys who have the know-how and the expertise to help us with this part of the truck.
Once we finish testing, then we'll package everything up, ship it out, and work on getting the truck there, prepped, and getting all of our support teams in place, and then actually going up, doing the race, and winning, coming home.
On the next episode.
The whole point we came down here early was to do some pre-running, get a good view of the course, understand what the terrain looked like,